What lab are we doing today?
Well, today we're going to do Boyle's lab.
Excellent! What equipment do I need?
You are going to need a bike pump. Where's the bike pump? A bike pump. Could also be a red bike pump. A bottle. Notice it's empty. A syringe.
Ooh, a syringe.
A nozzle cap for the bottle, which either will be like this or it could be white. Either one works.
Okay.
A cap for the syringe that looks like this.
All right.
And a pressure gauge. So either you're going to use this pressure gauge or this one. Either one works.
Excellent.
Next question.
How do I set up this lab?
All right, so first things first, you want to take the syringe and pull the plunger out so that it's as far out as can be. And then you want to attach the cap to the syringe by screwing it on until you feel that it's very secure. You want to drop the entire syringe with the cap on, plunger out into the bottle. Take the cap with the nozzle and cap it on very securely.
Excellent. How do I know when I'm ready to collect data?
Well, it's not time to collect data. The first thing we're going to do in part one is set the bottle up.
Oh.
And we've done part of that, and now we have to still set it up. So it's not time to collect data. We just have to start pumping some air into this. And pumping some air into this is requires a little bit of muscle. Dr. Hendren, do you have muscles?
Not really, but I can try.
Well, good thing I'm here. So you want to attach your bike pump to your nozzle, but be careful because it's very easy to snap the nozzle off, and if you snap it off, air will leak out. So what I'm going to ask that you do is you hold down the black rubber part. So here's the black rubber part. I'm going to hold it down, attach my bike pump, snap the top on, and now pump some air in so that my syringe, the plunger, goes down close to about 3 or 2 milliliters. It helps if someone can hold this bottle as you do this. So as you can see, I can use my hand, and you notice, not sure if you could zoom in on that, the plunger is moving down, 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 down. And eventually it gets a little hard, so you might need to use your foot. So let's move to the ground, but still hold the black nozzle or have a partner hold that as you pump here. So it helps if 2 people. I'm gonna keep my eye on that and keep pumping until I'm down to 2. And voila, I'm done. So,
Excellent.
next.
Now am I ready to collect data?
You're now ready to collect data.
Excellent.
So as long as your syringe, the plunger inside, is close to 2, if you can see that in there. And if you notice the plunger, take a reading at the top of the plunger and just stay consistent. So the plunger has a black ring. Stay consistent and take a reading at the top of that plunger that's down there. Again, anywhere near 2, and make sure you read to the correct significant figures. You and your partner can figure that out using the scale on the syringe.
Fantastic.
All right, now it's time for part 2. Okay, so now you can collect data, and you want to use your pressure gauge. So the first thing you want to do, up here I've written it, is that you want to read the pressure first, then record the volume. So I'm going to use my pressure gauge, doesn't matter which one, to read the volume first. But something that you should know about the pressure gauge is that we are going to use pressure in the units of PSI, which stand for, Dr. Hendren, do you know?
Pounds per square inch, I believe.
Very good. And so if you notice on this one, it already is in PSI. And in this one, this pressure gauge has 2 scales, KPA, we're not using that. We're going to use the PSI, so make sure you're reading on that side.
Fantastic.
So to begin with, you want to insert the scale back into the pressure gauge, so you're ready to go. And then there's a mouth to the pressure gauge. So we're going to attach that here, but the key is hold down the black nozzle tight. Secure the mouth, right? And in one quick swoop, push down to get a pressure. And you want that to be fast, not slow, so that the stick here, right, with the measurements pops out, and now you can take a measurement in PSI. So I'm gonna take my pressure first. So I'm gonna record my pressure here in my data table first, okay? And now I wanna record the volume that goes with that pressure. So the pressure that's associated with this volume. So now I'm gonna take a reading of my volume inside my syringe and record that in my data table. I'm gonna continue doing that, but in order to do that, I have to now set a new pressure in the bottle. In order to do that, I have to release the pressure from the top. So I can release the pressure this way in one burst, or I can use the back end, right, if I wanted to. And I released some air, so now I've set a new pressure. So time to take the pressure first and then the new volume. So I will take a quick pressure reading. Okay, get my pressure, record it, take a volume reading, record it.
Excellent.
Now, if you are using this pressure gauge, same thing, PSI, works the same way. I will push down and I will read, and in order to reset back to 0, I'll press the button on the side. And then how do I release air? Same thing with this one. Each time you want to release air, so push down so you can release air. Now if you heard that wasn't a good release, that's why you want to make sure you have the mouth on. So releasing air again looks like this, okay? But taking a reading, I have to reset, take the reading when I'm ready. Okay, so there's
Sounds
a
good.
difference. All right, and I want to get my data until I have no more air that I can release from the volume. That's going to be different for every group depending on how much you push down. So we're looking for hopefully data that's more than 5 points. So if you can get anywhere from 5 to 15 data points, that's great. Less than 5, you probably don't have enough to make a sufficient graph.
Any things I should watch out for?
Yes. So if from the get-go your bottle is hissing, so you fill it up and you hear sss, don't turn. If the bottle's hissing, you hear sss, that means that your cap has been compromised, right? Or it means that your cap is not going well. So you're going to have to get a new cap, right? So get rid of that cap, go in the back and get yourself a new cap and try the new cap until you can say, now there's always gonna be a little bit of hissing, but not enough where you feel like you're losing too much data, and then start again. And that's it, good luck.
Excellent. Any ideas about how I should clean up?
Yes, we need you to disassemble it for the next period. So go ahead and put the cap back where you got it, put the syringe back where you got it, there'll be a spot in the back, don't just put it on the table. Put the nozzle with the cap back and the bottle as well as your pressure gauge. Good, so find the bin in the back and put them all disassembled so the next class is ready to go. Please don't leave your bottle assembled.
Sounds great. Thanks so much.
Adios.